Shatter her ego. Not to underrate women, but some women think they are a 10 out of 10. They have this carrying confidence of not meeting anyone like them, even in their next life, or in a century or millennium. A big ego is when a person feels that they are superior, that they need to be heard and followed, and no one can tell them anything, because usually they think they are perfect and the other person needs to change. Along with also having a thinking pattern and considering the other person too low to have a voice in front of them. The ego breaks down healthy communication. One partner is always deprived of sharing their free opinion, and the other person with the ego is blinded by their view and relationship when it starts falling out or becoming problematic. An attempt to solve can't even be made. Reduces love and compassion. If one person is making all the sacrifices, if there is no empathy for their pain, for how they feel, there is a clear sign that the love and compassion has gone missing, and this is the very essence needed for a relationship. The act of being the bigger person has saved countless relationships from disintegrating. When pride becomes a problem in your relationship, it's always smarter to take the high road, because eventually the proud partner may most likely recognize the folly of their ways and apologize. At times, understanding could be more important than love, especially when it comes to intimate relationships. Understanding your partner prevents immature arguments, and if at all arguments spring up, you can quell them before they escalate. When your partner is uncontrollably livid, even when wrong, be tactful and don't confront them. Subsequent healthy confrontation is most often an effective way of dealing with tricky situations. First, as a man, you should never feel threatened by any woman that you would want to break her ego. Pride, the act of being proud, is often used to describe a sense of deep satisfaction toward yourself or someone close to you. When you've accomplished something hard-fought, it's natural to feel pleased and boastful about a successful outcome. As a personality trait, pride can take on a different meaning. While it's still associated with a sense of self-satisfaction, pride can also be a manifestation or a need for dominance or prestige, and difficulty accepting one may be wrong. To any woman who will be watching this video, you are going to be angry today. Do not let any woman think of herself or her values as better than yours. It is over when that happens. If you participate in any kind of self-reflecting practice, such as yoga or meditation, you're probably familiar with the concept of the ego, that little voice inside you that is the source of so much worry, anxiety, and suffering. While this voice will always be there, it is possible to quiet it so that it doesn't have much of an impact on your life. The first step in doing so is understanding exactly what the ego is and what it's trying to teach you. See, the ego used to have an important job, getting us all hyped up and aware of our surroundings in case a saber-toothed tiger was lurking around the corner. These days, we don't run into dangers like that all that often. But the ego, industrious little thing that it is, needs to feel employed and important. It does this by inspiring fear, self-judgment, and judgment of others. Here are a few points to destroy any woman who thinks herself better than you. Do not compliment her looks. Leave her to wonder why everyone sees her as a big deal and you don't. Don't be the regular guy who goes around implying. Only compliment her when she does something and she does it right. Women love male attention, whether they admit it or not. Women get upset if men don't notice them, especially if they've spent a lot of time putting on their war paint, makeup, and bought some sort of new garment or shoes from the store. If men who women think should be noticing them aren't, women will start acting childish. From giving men who ignore them dirty looks to seething about it in the bathroom with their girlfriends, women cannot stand being invisible to men. If men only knew the power of this tactic, intentionally withholding attention from women regularly rather than giving it to them for nothing, they could affect real change in the way women act and treat men. Never ask for a compliment. This is a pull-away move, and it is mental. That's how it works. Know how to act in speech, over the phone, or face-to-face. Don't let your actions speak volumes of what you want with her. Hilariously, female attention-seeking behavior now powers a gigantic trophy industry in Anglo-America. Women are getting trophies for everything from good work at their jobs to beauty contests. Tell men to lower their standards. Do not look for a trophy wife. Women are doing everything they can to become a trophy themselves, including rewarding themselves with faux trophies for doing little more than existing. Yes, their egos are that fragile. The neg. If you haven't heard of it, it's one of the most important concepts of the game. A neg is a backhanded compliment, impeccably timed and delivered. Something along the lines of, "That blouse is nice, my mother has one just like it." As petty as the neg sounds, it's a great tactic for catching women off guard, instead of the usual beta male butt kissing that helps inflate their egos. Do not seek validation. There are guys out there making this mistake of buying compliments from ladies, or seeking the approval of their crushes in hopes of feeling they have a chance with them. One of the reasons women are so arrogant today is because of a sexual marketplace that has shifted towards the Pareto principle. With most men figuratively and sometimes literally begging for sex, women receive constant attention from thirsty incel betas. The last thing she wants is another beta to kiss her behind, or orbit her in hopes she'll get a few sexual crumbs off the table. The neg can be an important way to demonstrate higher value, letting her know subconsciously you are not a thirsty beta. You are a man that other women desire. As mentioned above, women are pack and herd creatures, so a man other women want is a man your target is going to want. If you already have a woman, keeping her ego in check is essential if you want to keep her around. There are several tips to assist you in managing her. To the uninitiated, these tips will seem counterintuitive to everything you've been told by society. But to the experienced, these tips will be common sense. Here's a list of do's and don'ts to avoid becoming a beta male in the female mind, all based on the power of ignoring. Dress very nicely when you go out with her. The goal of this is to take their attention from her and give it to yourself. She's going to step up her game to compete with you. Develop yourself. Never make a female your main priority. By ignoring women and refusing to cave to their whims, you are demonstrating subconsciously that you are a man of high value. A man with options does not jump when a girl squawks, because he doesn't have to. Staying cool and distant demonstrates that you are the prize, and she is seeking you. Women chase what retreats. Make yourself the sought-after prize, rather than turning her into the prize. Look at other women. Yes, take glances at other women. It already creates a notion in her mind, a simple way to break her ego. The biggest mistake men make is becoming trained monkeys for women, inflating their egos, as they desire men to do, with constant attention and doing what women want them to do, especially turning themselves into doormats. Then, these men act surprised when they get walked on. Men must remember they spend a lifetime becoming something of value, while women are just women. There's no becoming. Women, as the gatekeepers of sex, hold the power over what men want. However, men also are gatekeepers. Men are the gatekeepers of commitment. Ignoring women and ignoring what they want shows you do not give your commitment away for anything. In the male mind, a woman that gives sex away easily is a love peddler. In the female mind, a man that gives away his attention and commitment easily is a beta. Never get jealous of other men around her. Yes, she's pretty, and men are going to come around her. Anytime you show jealousy, it tells you are not confident and a better man can come and take her away. For the rest of the points, I want you to observe the effects for yourself. Remember, stay aloof, neg, ignore wishes, demands, and female attention seeking, and look out for number 1. Playing with women's emotions by ignoring them most of the time, while occasionally throwing their egos a bone with a half-hearted compliment, and not doing things for them like trained puppy dogs might seem cold to the uninitiated in the romantic arts. But the man who learns the correct behavior wields an enormous amount of power in today's sexual jungle. Hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe and like the video.